beating Conor McGregor with a full training camp is a task. Beating him on 10 days notice, I think, is just something that's not going to happen unless it's a lucky punch, if people call it. You know what I mean, or something like that. But like that, what people don't realize unless you're a fighter, and I know all fighters have different mentalities and minds, but everyone is so quick to say Chad Mendez was in shape. He was doing a mud run with Paige Van Sant. Or like Nate Diaz is in shape. He was training for a triathlon. It's like you guys don't know what you got to do hard rounds. You know what I mean? You got to spar. You got to get hit hard. Fight shape. What a big part of fight shape isn't just physically. I would say fight shape, at least for a guy like me, and this isn't exactly for everybody, but for me, fight shape is 60% physical and 40% mental. And for me, I gotta work the bitch out of me. So like, if my bitch meter's here, the more hard work I put into a camp, that bitch meter goes down and down and down because I know what I owe to myself and I know what I deserve and I know what the work I put in and I know that I can withstand and go through anything. So for me, like having long training camps and hard training camps, it's not just about getting in shape and sparring. It's about earning it, getting the right mindset. You know what I mean? Just all the pieces fit together. That's what it takes to beat Conor. But for everyone that wants to go, oh, he's been running on a track, it's like you guys don't get it. And he's going to get worked. Unfortunately, I love Nate Diaz, but he's going to get worked bad.
I will never bet against Conor McGregor. I don't care if he's fighting Brock Lesnar. I thought Jose Aldo was going to beat him, and he proved me wrong. I'll never bet against him. And Nate, I don't care how much you're training. If you're taking a fight on 2 weeks' notice, the preparation is just not going to be there. And against a guy like McGregor, who's very fast, he's got good footwork, he comes in and out. Nate is a guy who he does great when guys stand right in front of him, and Conor's not going to stand right in front of him. He's going to be moving around a lot, and he's probably watched the Dos Anjos fight with Nate, and I think Conor's going to be kicking the legs a lot, and I see Conor TKOing him within 2 or 3 rounds.
I gotta give it to Conor McGregor. Nate Diaz needs to retire. His trash talk is there. I think Nate Diaz is just doing it for the money and the publicity. I can see why Dana made that fight happen. Definitely a selling fight. But Conor McGregor truly believes everything he says. He really is an artist. Definitely a trash talker, and I think that's why many people don't like him. But he sets out and does everything he says.
Of course, I got to go with McGregor. How can you not? And looking at Diaz, he couldn't make 155, couldn't make 160, maybe 165. So he's obviously not training hard. It's going to take more than 10 days to beat Conor McGregor for anyone.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really nice fight. I don't think Conor's going to go for a takedown, and frankly, I don't think Nate would go for a takedown either. So I think it's just going to be a striking battle, and I think the difference is going to be the kicks. Both have the hands, and Nate has the reach, but I think the difference is going to be the kicks. And I think Conor is going to win with his striking, maybe like a second round finish or even a decision. But I think this one's a little bit more interesting than the Dos Anjos one. And I've been wrong in the past, but I thought Dos Anjos was gonna not beat the crap out of Conor, but I thought he was gonna beat him up pretty good. This one's a little bit better of a fight stylistically, in my opinion.